Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of December 6th through December 10th, 2021. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I will use my new magnificent trend indicator, and I'm going to put all the major currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, just so we can see what happened this past week. Okay, and then we're going to compare that to higher time frames, and which only available are the 1 hour and 4 hour charts, and then we'll zoom in and zoom out, and I'll show you what I think is going to happen this coming week. All right, so now to start with, if you look at the chart right here, okay, I got Euro USD pulled up on the chart, right? But you see everything was in a flat sideways movement. Okay, there was no trends. You see a lot of blue arrows, but it's not really going up. Okay, and the reason being is all the currency pairs are fighting to go up. Okay, so example, if you have euro wanting to go up and US dollar wanting to go up, they both cannot go up at the same time. If one goes up, other one must come down. That's how it works in forex. Okay, so when you have both trying to go up, yeah, you got a big problem. Okay, so you get a pretty much a flat, almost pancake market. Okay, which is honestly not very ideal to trade, especially like this, because you don't have a lot of movement. The market is like almost dead. Okay, but soon we'll see some new trends develop. Okay, and this is how forex works. Now we do have some short gains that we can make here and there, and we'll go over that here in a minute. But first of all, I want to talk about what happened this last Friday. Okay, this last Friday was the non-farm payroll, and that is when the U.S. government puts out all their employment data for the U.S. dollar. Okay, and I'm going to let's look at Forex Factory real quick. Okay, I got Forex Factory pulled up on the chart right here, and if we look right here, this past Friday, this is the average hourly earnings, right, at 0.3. So that actually dropped. That's not good. But also, this is the main kicker right here. Okay, this is the main point. Non-farm employment change, it says 210,000. All right, so last month had 546, revised from 531, but they were predicting that the employment figures would go up. Okay, the amount of new jobs would actually go up this month, but it actually dropped to 210,000, meaning there were not that many new jobs added into the market. Okay, but the unemployment rate dropped from 4.6 to 4.2. They were anticipating a 4.5, but actually dropped to 4.2, which is really good for the US dollar. But here's a problem, and call it a conspiracy theory, whatever you want. Okay, this is just my personal opinion, but what I think is happening with the US government is that they are lying about the unemployment rate. Okay, there's no way that unemployment rate dropped like that, but the number of new jobs added was way lower than anticipated. They totally contradict one another. So what I believe is happening, this unemployment rate, and I know this for a fact, but there are many people now out of work because they refused the COVID vaccine. All right, so those people are not added into the unemployment data. Okay, so I believe that's why we see right here 210,000 new jobs versus the 553 was anticipated. That's less than half of what they had anticipated for new jobs. So meaning there's a lot of people out of work, and if there's a lot of people out of work, then why is the unemployment rate dropping? Very, very peculiar, okay, if you will. So like I said, we can call it a conspiracy theory. We can talk about this in another subject another day, but that's just my personal thoughts about the unemployment data. Okay, now back to the chart here. let me show you some of the different time frames. First of all, here's the 1 hour chart. Okay, very similar but fewer arrows, right? And the 4 hour. So we see here in the 4 hour chart that it is definitely trying to work its way up. Now this is for the past 2 weeks, okay? So it is slowly trying to go up. It's like I said, right now the market is in a gridlock. You can see these candles right here. It's really crazy, but soon it will go up, okay? And daily chart don't show nothing really. Well, it does shows basically the same thing as the 4 hour. Okay, so we are definitely starting to go into the uptrend now. Excuse me. And soon, you know, we'll be going up. Now if we zoom out, let's go on the 1 hour chart and zoom out a little bit. You can see that they've been going down for a long time. So yeah, it's going to be going back up, and it's going to take quite some time. Now this is all dependent upon the US dollar. Like I showed you that non-farm payroll for a reason, because the US dollar had some very contradicting employment data. I don't know, but I have a strong feeling, and I'm not a fortune teller, but I have a strong feeling that the US dollar is going to weaken. Okay, the US dollar is not going to go up like they anticipate. So if the US dollar goes down, the euro will go up. Okay, and that's what we're seeing right now, is this euro going up. As the US dollar goes down, this will continue up. Okay, so let's anticipate that the US dollar will drop. Okay, and again, I'm not a fortune teller, but now, so this week, okay, with the Euro USD, we want to be looking to buy only. All right, now I'm going to show you 2 ways real quick before I get ahead of myself. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can trade this. Okay, when you get a signal to buy, okay, there's no red arrow to close the trade. Okay, when you're in a flat range of market like this. Now you can, example here, get a signal to buy, wait for, you know, wait for a few candles to form, wait for a few blue candles. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I want to clean up the chart so you can see this a little bit better. All right, wait till you get a few of these, like 2 or 3 of these blue candles, which will be right about here. You notice there's 1 blue candle here, but then followed by 2 red. So you want to wait till about 2 or 3 blue candles and place your trade, and then we have a nice uptrend. Okay, and then wait until you get a few red candles and close the trade. Now you could close it here, open another trade, close here, open another trade, like that. Okay, that's a little bit tedious, and you need to be, you know, constantly glued to your computer. Now you could place 1, 2, 3 trades and leave all 3 trades open, because eventually it's going to go up. Okay, and I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take another week. Okay, unfortunately you're going to have some swap fees along the way. So like I said, you could place a trade, get a little bit of profit, close it, get another signal to buy here, wait for a few blue candles, place a buy trade, get a little bit of profit, close it. Okay, same thing here, get a blue arrow, wait for a few blue candles, get a little bit of profit, and close it. You're not going to get a lot of profit when you're in a flat range of market like this, because like I said, both currency pairs are fighting to go up. It's a problem right now. So if you have 3 trades open, that's fine, leave them open and wait for the next red arrow. Okay, I just want to kind of point that out to give you some ideas on how you can trade this. Okay, now let's look at GBP USD. Now we see something similar. What was this past week? 29th. Okay, yeah, let me zoom out. So this is this past week. Okay, so the price had hit a high point here and dropped. All right, now we got 3 blue arrows, very similar to what we just saw Euro USD. So again, you could place 3 trades and wait for them to go up. Okay, but this will be going up. If you look at the 1 hour, it shows to be going up. Oops, sorry. The 1 hour shows to go up. The 4 hour shows to go up. The daily shows to go up as well. So, and here you had a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow. So yes, that does happen. But right now we are at a pretty solid level of support, and it is slowly starting to go up. Okay, you look at the 1 hour. Yes, we have a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow. So technically we're still in a downtrend. If we zoom out a little bit, you see all these blue arrows, okay, and you see it going down. So what do we do? How do we trade that? So if we zoom out and we draw a trend line like this, this is ultimately what we're waiting on, okay? And I myself have been waiting on this, okay, because I know that I don't want to buy right now, okay? I've been looking at this for the past 2 weeks, and it's just not a good time to buy. So yes, you could buy and get some profit and close the trade. That is certainly feasible because you don't see any red arrows. The only problem is if you place a buy trade here, for example, and wait for the next red arrow, you're probably going to lose a lot. You'd have some serious drawdown. We don't want that. So like I already said, place the buy trade, wait, get a little bit of profit, close the trade. All right, every single time. So that is a really, really good recommendation. Also, for me, I'd rather wait until this trend line breaks and then buy, because it's going to go up long term. Okay, the wait is going to be good, because what's going to happen, if you go to the daily, now the price is dropped. All right, here, as soon as that goes up a few candles above this trend line, it's going to be going up long term. And like I said, I think the US dollar is going to be dropping. Okay, I have a strong feeling that the US dollar is going to be dropping, which would allow this to be going up. And the Great British Pound is a pretty strong currency pair, so we can anticipate this to be going up. So I think that's going to happen this week. Okay, we already had a double bottom here. Okay, price hit a strong support down here 2 times, and that indicates to me that this will be going up. Okay, so definitely be looking to buy the Great British Pound versus US dollar this week. All right, but just wait for that trend line to break. That is my best recommendation. Okay, no matter what time frame you're on, if you're on the 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever, wait for that trend line to break. All right, now let's look at Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Here we see that, like I said, this is a lot different, but this one actually was dropping this past week, and you notice that the Great British Pound was dropping and finally hit a strong level of support. This one, I believe, has hit a pretty strong level of support, although this is a very fresh signal that came in on Friday afternoon, so we cannot rely on that totally. All right, so again, we need to draw a trend line and wait for that to break. My nose is itching. But if we zoom out real quick, let's look at the 1 hour. I don't know why he's doing that. Look at the 1 hour, right? And look at the 4 hour. Okay, we have a red arrow here and a long downtrend. So if you go on the 4 hour chart, you could literally trade from one arrow to the next. But if you go down to the 1 hour and zoom out a little bit, you have multiple sell signals that you could place. All right, and then close all these sell trades when you get the next blue arrow. You'd have a nice profit, right? So anyhow, if we look at the daily chart as well, we see that it hit a strong level of support, which is basically the same level of support right here. So it should be going up, but it could break that and drop more. We do not know the future. Only thing we see right now is that we're at a strong level of support, and it should be going up. But if you're like me, what we're going to do is draw a trend line, okay, and mark our resistance coming down, okay, something like that. And we need to wait for a few candles to break above. This is on a daily chart. If I go to the 4 hour is good enough, and wait for about 3 or 4 candles to break above this trend line and then buy. Okay, yeah, you could wait for a few blue candles here and buy as well, but if you really want to make a lot of profit on this and be patient, I would strongly recommend you waiting for this trend line to break. Okay, that is the most effective way to trade. All right, now yes, we want to be buying, and again, it's all dependent upon the US dollar. If it drops, so let's look at the US dollar real quick. US dollar versus Swiss franc. Again, see, we got 2 blue arrows here, and it's fighting to go up. So like I said before, all these currency pairs are fighting to go up. So what's going to happen? Not everything can go up. Well, I already said I don't think the US dollar is going to go up too much more. But if we zoom out, I'm on the 1 hour chart. If we zoom out, we see we had some red arrows, but it went up, but now it's definitely dropped. If we look at the 4 hour, it shows to go down as well. Okay, the daily shows to go down. Okay, so I feel, like I already said, I feel that the US dollar will be dropping. Yes, it's been fighting to go up. It's been kind of chaotic, I guess, and really I've been angry about this US dollar because I've been wanting to sell and the damn thing keeps going up, but what to do, right? It's life in forex. But I feel very strongly that yes, this will be dropping. We see we had a long downtrend here and then a brief uptrend and then back down again. So yeah, the US dollar is fighting to go up because the unemployment rate's been dropping, but the actual employment figures are not going as planned, right? So I really think this is going to be dropping. Okay, weekly chart shows to go up. That's the long-term trend, but basically I would count on this US dollar to be dropping. Okay, so what I would do is keep your chart on a 1 hour or 30-minute time frame and look for sell opportunities. Okay, whenever you get a sell signal, if you put on 30-minute time frame, that's okay, but you don't want to place too many trades. All right, if you keep it on a 1 hour time frame, you should be okay. Now you see here, you place a sell trade here and it went way up. Well, eventually it's going to drop. Only problem is you had this trade open for a long time. All right, so yeah, that kind of sucks. You could use a stop loss, or like I said, you could place a sell trade, get a little bit of profit, close it. Place a sell trade, get a little bit of profit, close it. Place a sell trade, get a little bit of profit, close it. All right, and then when you see another red like this, place another sell trade if you want. Okay, so if you get another sell signal, which I'm pretty sure we will this week, again, you can place another sell trade, get a little bit of profit, and close it. One thing to note is that I feel very strongly that this will be dropping. Okay, the market has been really crazy this past week, but in the end, I feel it definitely will be dropping. Let's look at USD JPY. Again, this one is a little bit different, but we have 3 signals to buy, and it's not really going up because, like I said, it's in a flat range of market. If you look at the 1 hour chart, I don't know why it does that, but it's okay. Look at the 1 hour chart. You have a signal to sell, but no blue arrow yet. If you look at the 4 hour chart, we see the same thing. We have a signal to sell, but no blue arrow yet. We are at a pretty strong level of support right here, but I feel very strongly that this will be dropping. Okay, you can count on that US dollar to drop more. It's already at a strong level of support, but considering there's no blue arrow yet, I would say this is going to be dropping. We had a long uptrend here, rallied up. Now it's time for it to drop. Look at the daily chart. Same thing. Okay, it's been going up for quite some time, and we know anything that goes up eventually must come down. So this went to a really high point. I was shocked it went this high, but now it's definitely getting ready to go into a downtrend. So I would be looking to sell this week. If you get any more red arrows on the 1 hour time frame, that's when you want to enter the trade. If you already have a trade open, just leave it open, okay, till you get the next blue arrow. All right, now last is US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. Again, here we see mostly a flat range of market. The price did go up, but then it kept riding this level of resistance, and it spiked up a little bit and then formed a red arrow here, which means we're definitely at a strong level of resistance at the top here. So now is the time for it to come back down. If we look at the 1 hour chart, okay, I made a separate template so I don't have to always enter my password every time. But if we look right here, we got two blue arrows going up, right? And has not formed a red arrow yet, but 30-minute time frame shows to sell, right? What happened? Let me zoom out. Oh, okay, there you go. I had to zoom out. So if we look at the 4 hour chart, we see we have a big uptrend. Now the only thing is, I think it might go up a little bit more, but we marked this right here. Okay, we have a strong resistance right here, and we have a stronger one right here. So yes, this will probably go up a little bit more, but soon it's going to be dropping. If you look at the daily chart, see that we are near that level of resistance. So what we can do is, if you go back to the 4 hour, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this. Well, I don't want to zoom in too well. Not going to matter. I'm going to draw a trend line. I'm going to go from this point up like this. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. So we're marking our support. Remember, if you have an uptrend, you need to mark your support. So what we're looking for ultimately, if you put it on a 1 hour time frame, is that we're looking for a red arrow to form. Okay, and then we're looking for this to break. Where it stands right now, I would not buy. Okay, because the price has been going up for so long. I don't think, yes, it'll probably go up a little bit more, and yes, you can make a little bit of profit right now, but the fact that it's already gone up so much, soon it's going to drop. Okay, and again, I feel the US dollar will be dropping. Okay, this is US dollar versus Canadian dollar, so it's a little bit different, but still I feel very strongly the US dollar will be dropping. All right, so I would look for the next red arrow. Okay, and what you can do is you could wait till you get some red candles and place a sell trade, or if you want to be ultimately safe, wait for this trend line to break and then sell. And I don't know if that's going to happen this week. It might, but definitely be on the lookout for this trend line to break, because once that trend line breaks, then we're going to have a long downtrend, same like we had here. We had a long downtrend and a big uptrend, right? And now we're getting ready to go into another downtrend right here. So again, wait for that trend line to break and then sell. Okay, that is your ultimate way to trade. All right, so I hope that helped a little bit. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. You can contact me there first. Also put a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Just let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much.